After enough rejection, a man stops reaching. First, he stops initiating sex. Then, he stops cuddling. Then, he stops touching her at all. Eventually, even a kiss feels like a risk. But when you stop reaching, she might not experience it as dignity. She might experience it as coldness, punishment, or proof that your touch was only ever about sex. And I understand why a man shuts down. You think I can only be told no so many times before something in me dies. You're not asking a stranger, you're turning toward the woman who vowed herself to you. When she starts turning away again and again, it can feel humiliating. So you protect yourself. You stop asking, you stop hoping, you sleep facing the other way, and you tell yourself you don't care. But you do care. The desire is still there. Now it has bitterness wrapped around it. So the question isn't how do I kill desire? It's how do I purify desire so my wife can experience my touch as love, not pressure. Catholic marriage has a real sexual dimension. Husband and wife owe each other the gift of married love. But that gift belongs inside charity, justice, reverence, and self command. A husband shouldn't become a beggar for affection. He also shouldn't become a stone wall because he's wounded. And he must never use pressure, sulking, anger, alcohol, grabbing, or guilt to get what should be given in love. And there might be real problems here: sin, medical problems, hormones, postpartum exhaustion, trauma, porn, fear, resentment, or just long neglect. So don't reduce all of that to she keeps saying no. You need truth, but truth without charity becomes another weapon. Now, what's odd is that after rejection, going cold can feel like dignity to you, but to her, it might confirm the fear that your touch was never love. It was a test. Most men think rejection only wounds the husband, but often it wounds the whole atmosphere. Because if every touch becomes a test, your body starts asking a question before your mouth does. She feels it in the way you sit down, the way you sigh, the way you measure whether she leaned in or pulled away. And that hidden counting changes the whole room. Before you rebuild sex, you need to rebuild trust around touch. Step one is to separate affection from escalation. Just for a while, rebuild non sexual touch. Hand on the shoulder, a kiss goodbye, sitting beside her, holding her hand, a hug in the kitchen. And don't use that touch as a bridge to sex every time. And you can just say it plainly. I realize some of my touch has probably felt like pressure. I want to rebuild affection without making you feel trapped. And then you do that. Don't say that and then test her an hour later. If you can't give affection without immediately checking whether it worked, you've turned affection into a tactic. She will feel that, and so will you. Step two is to name your hurt without accusation. You don't need to pretend that rejection hasn't wounded you. Instead, just say, I felt hurt and embarrassed after being turned down, and I think I started protecting myself by going cold. It's a good sentence because it owns your reaction. Then you can say, I don't want to punish you with distance. I want to learn how to come towards you in a better way. Don't add, but you made me this way, because that's going to close the door. Speak what your pain is without handing her the whole blame for it. Step three, Ask what kind of closeness feels safe and real. Don't begin by saying, "So when are we going to have sex?" Instead, just ask, "What kind of affection helps you feel close to me without pressure?" Or maybe, "When I touch you, what makes it feel loving? And what makes it feel like I want something?" Then listen. Maybe you'll hear things that you don't like. She might say that you only touch her at night, or when she's exhausted, or after 2 good days, you expect sex. Or when she says no, you go cold and sulk. Don't defend immediately. Just say, "I need to think about that. I want to do this better." Then choose one small habit for the week. Maybe a kiss goodbye, maybe a non-sexual hug, maybe just 10 minutes sitting together with no scoreboard. For 7 days, give one act of affection. Doesn't escalate. No sulking if she doesn't respond how you hoped. No hidden bargain. No counting. Just say once, "I want to rebuild affection slowly." Then prove it. If serious medical, trauma, addiction, or moral problems are present, then get real help. Don't pretend that one 7-day challenge solves what needs spiritual, medical, or pastoral care. The measure this week is not whether you get the response you want, it's whether your love becomes less grasping and more trustworthy. So give one clean act of affection and don't escalate. And if you need help wording the conversation around rejection and intimacy, click the KnowlandBot link in the description or the pinned comment. Tell it what keeps happening, and it will help you find the next step.